Hey, Sadi and Jose. This is an interesting lesson in 5.8 today. Happy Monday, okay? I actually never knew about this. I didn't know how to read your electric meter. So how does RACO, supposedly, how does RACO determine how much you owe for your RACO bill every month? They read the electric meter. I think sometimes that meter is messed up or they ain't reading it right, okay? And it's true that it's very easy for them not to read it right, okay? Or it could be computerized and the computer messes up. I'm not sure, but here it's going to explain in this lesson how to read the meter, and it's very interesting. So the meter is what measures how many kilowatt hours you used. Okay, now you know how they bill it on that lesson that you just did. And now you're going to see how they read it to get the amount that that you owe for the monthly of it. Okay, let's look at it. Reading the electric meter. An electric meter is an instrument used to measure the amount of electricity used in a building. So you guys might or might not know where your electric meter is close to your house. Ours is like on the hill somewhere. An electric meter usually contains 4 or 5 dials, which record the number of kilowatt hours that have been used since the meter has been installed. In the meter having 5 dials, the first dial gives 10,000s, the second dial gives thousands, the third dial gives hundreds, the fourth, gives tens, and the fifth gives ones, okay? So what does it mean? Right here, okay, it's like place value. This is your 10,000s, your thousands, your hundreds, your tens, and your ones, okay? So we'll look at that in the model problem next. But it's just like place value. It's just like there's your ones place, there's your tens place, everything like that. When reading a meter, if the pointer on the dial is between 2 numbers, which all of them down here are between 2 numbers, you read the smaller number. That's interesting. You would think they would give you the bigger number saying that you used more of it, but they give you the smaller number. If the pointer is between 9 and 0, the 9 is the smaller number because 0 is representing 10, okay? So focusing on that one. 0 represents 10. Don't lose that. Each dial is related to the dial on its right. Okay, what that means is this, like, if the ones place goes around one time, that means it's ready to go into 1 tens place, right? So it goes around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then pushes the next one into, okay, that's 1 10. Okay, then if that goes around, then it's now 1 100. Okay, and it pushes the other dial and the other dial and the other dial, okay? Which obviously makes sense. Once you go to 9, you don't go back to 0, you go to 10. Now you're in the tens place, something like that, okay? So I'm just going to skip that whole paragraph that says that. Go over to determine. To determine the number of kilowatt hours used in a certain period of time, okay, so like for the month that RACO charges you, you have to read the meter at the beginning of the period and at the end of the period. If I had time on my hands, I'd go up there and see how they're getting those numbers sometimes and see if it's actually if they're reading that meter correctly, okay? Because what you do is at the beginning of the month, for the next payment that you're about to make, you would look at the meter, and then you would look at it at the end, and then you would subtract the 2 numbers and multiply it by the rate, okay? And you're going to see that in the examples. So look at model problem number 1. Read the meter. Okay, well, look at the first one. Look at this one right here. It's between 7 and 8, so you go to the smaller number, it says, so it's 7 for the 10,000s. Then this one's between 8 and 9. Go to the smaller number, so it's 8. So now you have 78,000. This one's between 4 and 5. Go to the smaller number, it's 400. This one's between 3 and 4. Go to the smaller number, it's 3. So that's 30. 78,430. What? It's between 6 and 7, so go to 6. 78,436 kilowatt hours they used in the month. Okay? So then look at example 2, model problem number 2. Find the number of kilowatt hours used from April 1st to May 1st. So the first one was 14,852 for April 1st. The next one is 15,686 for May 1st. So you just subtract those 2. And then if you knew the rate per kilowatt hour, you would multiply that, 834 that you get after you subtract it, and that would be your payment for the month. Okay, so 1 through 6 is absolutely easy. But I'm going to give you the first one, 18,674. So make sure you're reading that correctly. 18,674, okay? Okay, look at 7 through 12. 7 through 12 is actually making you combine two things. You're going to subtract the kilowatt hours, okay? So subtract the kilowatt hours, figure out how many kilowatt hours you use, and then multiply it by the rate for company A on page 116, okay? Page 116, they say this is in August, so you have to use the summer rate of 0.063, and then you're gonna get your answer. I'm gonna tell you that your answer should be for number 7, $95.10. If you didn't get that, let me know. Okay, on 13 through 18, you use company B, and then you have some word problems, okay? So let me know if you need anything, but that's an interesting lesson. I never knew about how to read the electric meter. Bye, guys.